All right, so the card's ready to use. Credit limit 750 and the APR is gonna be 30%, which is pretty high. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Currency Counts, where I cover all things money. In today's video, I wanted to review this credit building card that I just got in the mail today. Now this card, when I applied for it, they didn't even check my credit, and you can get a real credit limit up to $10,000. So if you're looking for a credit building card, this might be the one for you. Stay tuned. All right, so the card we're talking about today is called the Petal Card, and I'm here at their website, petalcard.com. So they have two different products. They have the Petal 1 and the Petal 2 card. The only real difference in these two cards is really gonna be cash back and your credit limit. Petal 1, you can get cash back from 2 to 10% on select merchants, and the Petal 2 card, you can get 1 to 1.5% cash back, and that's throughout your whole usage of whatever you're using your card on, not just select merchants. And the credit limit for the Petal 1 is $300 to $5,000. The Petal 2 is $300 to $10,000. The rates are going to be the same, just about. Petal 1, 21% all the way to 30. Petal 2, 14% all the way to 28%. What makes this credit building credit card different than a lot of the other credit builders that I've reviewed in the past is that this card is not a secured card, meaning you don't have to put your own money up front. A lot of these credit building cards, you have to put your own money up front and you're paying interest on your own money on having that card open. This card, you don't have that. There's no annual fees. You do have the APR, right? But you don't have a monthly maintenance fee. You don't have an annual fee. You don't have any of these other like origination type fees that a lot of these other cards do have. All right, so let's go here to see card offers. So when you apply, they're not gonna run an initial hard point credit. It says right here, see which Petal card is right for you with no impact to your credit score. So this is for pre-approval. When we applied, I actually applied for my daughter who I'm trying to establish credit for. They didn't run a hard pull at all. Even after we accepted terms, they didn't run a hard pull. I'm not saying that they won't run a hard pull at all, but in my experience, they didn't run a hard pull. The way they are going to approve you is not solely based on your credit score, because my daughter had no credit at all. The way it's going to work is you're going to enter your basic information, and you are going to have to enter your SSN to verify your identity. After you do that, you're going to link a bank account. I linked my Chime account, link in description to claim your free $100 from Chime. So after you link your bank account, that's going to determine how much money you actually get qualified for, how much credit you get approved for. They're going to look at things like deposits, how much money's coming in, you have direct deposit from your job, what's your daily average balance, things like that. NSFs are also another important one. If you have more than 2 or 3 NSFs, it's going to be harder to get approved for this card. That's why it's always good to have more than one bank. I have links in the description for all these different banking products that offer different types of perks and different types of offers, from Oxygen, Albert, Chime, Cash App. There's a ton of different ones, right? And a lot of them, you really don't even have to deposit any money into them. $5-10 and just let it sit. And when you need that bank account, it's there, right? Okay, so after you link your bank account, instantly, it's gonna let you know if you're approved or not approved. And if you are approved, it's gonna tell you how much you got approved for. So this Petal card was approved for $750. The reason I do like this card is because you're actually getting a credit limit. It's not like, for example, the Tomo card, which they go off your banking history also, which is a credit building card, which they don't check your credit at all either. The only thing with the Tomo card is that you have to pay off your balance at the end of the week, right? So let's say you got a $500 credit limit, you spend $500, you're gonna have to pay that back at the end of the week, the whole $500. They don't let you carry a balance. So a pro tip that I like to share with you as far as credit goes, let's say you do need this money, right? You do get approved for $1,000. So you got that card and this is the only card you have. If you spend that $1,000, now your credit limit is gonna stay low or go lower because your credit usage is really high. Anything over 30% of credit usage is considered really high. So what you would want to do if you do get approved for this card, you're also going to want to apply for the Tomo card because you're going to get more or less the same credit limit as you are here. But the only thing on that is that let's say you get approved for 1,000 here and you get approved for 1,000 on the Tomo card. You use 1,000. Now your credit usage is at 50%, not 100%, because you have $2,000 in total credit. You use 1,000, so half of that's 50%. So you're not gonna take a major hit on your credit score. So always remember that. Don't get a credit card and max it out right away. Apply for 2 or 3 different credit cards, get that total amount. If you need to max out one, and that's not gonna hurt your credit because you have these other 2 cards that you have 0 balances on. Now, if you max out all 3 cards, well, that's really gonna hurt you. So you never wanna do that. Try to stay under 30% of your credit usage. Another plus or perk of this card is that after 6 months of on-time payments, you get automatically reviewed for potential higher credit limit. So that's another thing you're gonna wanna do. Any card that you take out, you're gonna wanna make sure that it has some type of automatic review after a certain number of payments. And I just got this in a few days ago, actually. It went from $3,500 to a $5,000 credit limit without me having to call them, without me having to do anything, just making on-time payments. So just anytime you're taking out a card, just look at all the terms. So both cards are gonna report to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, which is a good thing because sometimes when you take out a card, it only reports to one. Experian is the one you really have to worry about because that's actually gonna be your FICO score, and that's what about 80% of lenders, the credit score they look at when approving you for any type of loan. So Experian is really the one you're gonna want reported on any of your cards, but this one reports to all 3, which is good. All right, so let's go ahead and open this card up here. See what we got. Okay. See if you can get that. All right, so we gotta go to pedalcard.com/setup. So right here, we're gonna skip auto pay. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna go to skip. Let's activate your card. To activate your card with the last 4 of your SSN. All right, so the card's ready to use. Credit limit 750 and the APR is gonna be 30%, which is pretty high. But considering that they go off other factors besides your actual credit score and your credit report, I mean, it's an okay card, right? Especially if you don't use it. If you don't use it and just use it strictly for a credit builder, you really can't go wrong with it. All right, so let's check out these different pages here. Let's go to Leap and see what that is. Welcome to Leap. Complete a few simple tasks to get your credit limit increased. All right, step 1, for 6 months in a row, pay at least 15% of your monthly statement balance or your minimum balance, whichever is more, okay? Step 2, make sure your individual Vantage score doesn't drop by 50 points or more, which pretty much means don't be late or don't go into default on any of your loans or credit cards. Start your journey towards better credit now, okay? Let's do that. Months with no activity won't count toward your streak. All right, so basically what you want to do is use this card, even if you're just using it for credit building, use it once a month, the end of the month, or whenever you get your bill, pay it off in full, and just do that for 6 months, and you'll see your credit limit increase. Right here, let's go to perks, see what our perks are. And if I didn't mention, this is a Pedal One card. Support local businesses and earn more cash back. So when I enable location, it's going to tell me what businesses support this cash back program that they do have. So I can't just go into any store and expect to get cash back using this card. With the Tomo card, you do get 1% cash back on all purchases, but this one is at certain stores. So when I put enable location, it gives me Clark's. I don't know what Clark's is. All these are online only. So let's go to see all offers. I don't know why it would ask me for my location if none of these are in my location. Okay, let's see cash back at Maurice's, Aeropostale, 10% cash back at Zales. That's not bad. Okay. Sometimes when you do these cashback programs, it's things that you may never use, but like a Costco membership, $20 cash back. I'm in on that. Let's see what else here. Like these Office Max, Office Depot, 2% cash back. You can miss me with that. Let's just go to the big ones. 5%, 8% at Midas. These are all 5% cash back, which is decent. 5% cash back is decent, not bad. But just remember, if you do use these cards, pay it back at the end of the month because you're gonna end up paying more in interest than what you're gonna be saving with this cash back. All right, let's go back to home here. Let's go to Insights, see what is Insights all about. All right, so Insights is gonna kind of be like your analytics for your card, telling you how much you're spending, how much you paid, all that type of stuff. All right, so this is a part of the video I rate the card we're reviewing from 1 to 5 stars, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. So let's start with the cons of this card. One of the things I don't like about it is that the APR is pretty high, coming in at around 30%. And if you're applying for this card as a credit builder or rebuilder, you're gonna get that high end. You're gonna go to about 30%. It starts at about 20. Pedal Card 2 or Pedal 2 starts at about 14, but for the most part, you're gonna get that high end of the APR. So you're in at about 30%. Another thing here is it's not really clear when you apply if they are gonna run a hard pull on your credit report. It says, see if you pre-qualify without an impact to your credit score. But it doesn't say after you pre-qualify if they're gonna run a hard pull on your credit. They didn't run this credit report at all. They ran a soft pull, but that was it. They didn't run a hard pull. But it's not very, it's not explicit to if it is gonna run a hard pull or not. Now, the pros of this card is that you can carry a balance. You don't have to pay the balance off in full the next day, at the end of the week. You can carry that balance for the full month, and then you make that payment. You do actually also get a real credit limit. You're not using your own money. It's not a secured card. The 750 is an actual credit limit. So that's another plus. One of the next pluses is the perks, the cash back. I thought these perks were not gonna be that great. When you're applying for the card, it says 1 to 2% cash back at select merchants. Yes, it is select merchants, but some of them are pretty good, like the Sam's Club or the Costco, where you get $20 cash back, and just some of these other places where you get 5% cash back, places that you are actually gonna use. So 1 to 5 stars. As a credit building card, I give this card 4 stars. Don't forget, if you're trying to build or rebuild credit, also apply for the Tomo card and the Chime credit building card, because those 2 cards right there are also gonna help you build credit faster. So I do have links in the description for those also if you wanna check those out. So I hope this video helped you out. Don't forget to check out all my other credit building content. Thanks for watching. Check you on the next one.